Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break it down!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ComicClownsPod. My name is Bruce Warchief Hoover. We are here recording WCGO 1590 AM.
I wonder about that.
He tried. WCGO 1590 AM in Evanston, Illinois. With me today,
Mark, the dwarf, Kokiachik.
Chris, the Enforcer Vasquez.
Kyle, Darth Cooch, Cookenbecker.
Grant, Caracas, 4047 Color.
And Nick, the Minuteman Clark.
oh my god, that was so fun to watch.
Slick!
He literally just threw the microphone at Grant. Grant, get in there!
We're still trying to work out how to pass this mic.
Gotcha.
You should shine no more. I got this one.
It's working out here. I mean, I may or may not be able to see if we can get a fifth microphone in there at some point for...
Please do.
I'm working on it.
That would be great.
It would make a whole lot more sense.
It would.
You know what? There's not usually this many people in the room, okay?
That's true, yeah.
Sorry, I
Even-
came back from Texas.
Even when we do like our regular
blame Mark.
like the radio shows, we don't have that many people. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
All right. So last week we talked fitness.
Yes.
Little somber, a little bit touching a home there, and hoping it was very educational for a lot of people. I want to thank again Michelle and Kevin for coming on.
Yes,
I
thank you guys.
I really wanted to talk more cosplay about that one, but the conversation just like as it was striking home just kept going.
Yeah.
Like, it got dark.
It didn't get dark.
I
It
think
didn't
that
get-
hammer got nailed.
We are usually like a loud like very hilarious people, but I want people to look more at us as a we're a real people at this point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
We talk more about stuff that isn't just hilarity and kind of people on television. You know what I mean? Like we could talk about real life, and that's pretty much the way we feel about things. And that was my whole thing on it. I'm not going to cover it again. Go back, listen to it. You'll find out more about our Armor Nutrition deal that'll be coming out later, and one of my friends named Patrick Stevens. And if he wants to give me his info, I'll put it out. And hopefully, people can go to him and just learn something at least to help themselves out. But this week, we are not talking about that. We are talking about the ridiculousness that is Marvel, DC, and whatever the hell Nick wanted to talk about.
Yeah, sure.
Half-naked dudes with swords. I don't know.
So it will be a minute rant then.
All I need.
If it really gets too exciting, you'll hear a pop, and that'll be Nick's dick hitting the freaking desk.
We took care of it. The panel's gone now.
There we go. All right, so here we go.
I feel bad for that Duke.
First thing I want to talk about is Marvel news. Really quick. Kyle,
Yes.
one of your favorite superheroes is getting something. Who is that and what?
But Bobby Drake is actually getting his own standalone comic now.
No.
Really?
Yes.
Who is Bobby Drake for those new listeners?
Iceman.
Nice, man.
That
the
sounds
The
first-
best mutant.
The first openly homosexual mutant as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it was outstanding. I mean, I put them on that for Marvel. That was really good on them to do that. It was put him out there. Everything else. He's also a huge Omega level mutant.
Yes.
But
He
he,
is.
but he has not been able to tap into his full power. The only time he's been able to do that is when Emma Frost actually controlled him.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
There's parts in his brain he hasn't been able to unlock yet. So when he does, he'll be able to control every and all moisture in any location.
That is awesome.
Scary.
Also bring
Yeah, it's
everything,
very scary.
everything down to absolute zero within like a 30-foot radius.
It's going to be great.
Crazy awesome.
Who else is getting one? I heard someone else is going to be getting a standalone.
Jean Grey is coming back to life and getting a new comic series.
Really?
She wouldn't be the Phoenix if she didn't come back to life.
That's true.
Yeah, it's like, she just can't stay dead.
Uncle Ben, Barry Allen's mom, Batman's parents. That's the only people that stay dead in comics.
It's supposed to be Bucky, but they fixed that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty much the big Marvel news because we're still horror. What else you got, Kyle?
It's Marvel, but it's Fox Marvel.
Okay.
Tim Miller got kicked off of
Ooh,
Deadpool
yeah.
2
Oh,
and is
yeah.
now working on the live-action CGI Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Yeah.
Why do you hurt me so?
I just want everyone to let that sink in.
Chili dogs everywhere.
Chili dogs everywhere.
He went from chimichangas to chili dogs.
Son of a gun.
All right.
Urkel,
That's just.
Urkel needs work.
Let's just put it this way. We couldn't stand. Him and Ryan Reynolds got into it. He wanted to use who do you want?
He wanted Kyle Chandler to play Cable.
which is a horrible choice by all fans' votes, and
And
Ryan Reynolds knew that.
He was also trying to raise the budget 3 times. where Ryan Reynolds told the studio, if we can get a sequel, I will make it for the same amount. So it's roughly a $50 million budget.
Okay.
And Tim Miller wanted it to be right around that 150 mark.
Which isn't
What was he
needed.
trying to add?
I have no idea.
More Michael Bay explosions.
Oh,
Yeah,
good God.
probably.
No, you want to get the rest of the X-Men.
Jeez.
Patrick Stewart cameo.
There we go.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like the studio literally sided with Ryan Reynolds and told him to go away.
Wow.
It's like we really don't need you. I mean, but we all know our one person that we want to be Cable. That's
Keira Knightley.
Keira Knightley.
She has range.
She's got range.
She got range.
But a little quick DC news. There was a picture posted on Twitter with what's his name, Joe
Manganiello.
who's playing Deathstroke in the new Batman, and he's alongside Anna Kendrick, where it says hashtag Deathstroke and Robin,
Oh, jeez.
which is awesome because that means they're going Carrie Kelly.
Carrie Kelly, yeah.
Carrie Kelly, which means they're really ripping on more of the Frank Miller stuff, which Frank Miller did an amazing job. He has a new series out for it that I really want to start covering because the Frank Miller Batman versus Superman versus the Joker was awesome.
Okay.
And the Dark Knight Returns was amazing series, and they just started going with it more into like a part 5, part 6 thing. So I'm like really interested on picking that up on my own note. I think that was all of my quick DC news on that one. Anybody else got anything crazy? Short, sweet?
Few movie sites have been posting rumors about Black Adam is The Rock. As
Right.
everyone-
That's a given. We knew that.
we
Now,
knew that.
There are a few movie sites have started picking up this rumor that John Cena will be playing Shazam.
Which me and Kyle have very openly said that'd be awesome.
My God.
The first casting, when I first saw the casting of The Rock, I'm like, if John Cena isn't Shazam,
Which
they're wrong.
You need an adult that has the mind of like a 12 to 15-year-old, and that's John Cena.
I mean, it's perfect.
And I know we have a friend from the CFF community that's out there going, I get to play? So we called him John Cena.
They didn't
too
call
much.
me? What
Love
the
that guy.
Oh, my God.
Really quick, we all watched Luke Cage. Everyone? Did everyone
Yes.
watch it?
Yeah,
Grant?
I watched it.
Grant, did Grant watch it? Yes or no?
Grant.
I've been way too busy on my end.
Ah,
to be
okay.
perfectly honest.
Grant,
So, no.
you had one job.
Got about 3 minutes on this one before we start covering DC Rebirth. I just want to do my rundown on Luke Cage.
Go ahead.
And I finished it literally this morning. And
Okay.
Give us that free trophy.
what the consensus of it so far is that it was a good season. It was a great way to introduce Luke Cage. And you know what? I loved it. My favorite character in that whole show is Shades.
Yeah.
He is a really well done character, very plot driven. He's never in any useless scenes. There's nothing where he was used ridiculously. He came through the whole thing and he didn't die like a bitch.
Right.
All right. I
True.
thought there was a scene that he was going to, but he didn't. Now, what I didn't like was that they were subscribing to the J. Jonah Jameson school of villainy. Okay, he's a menace. So was Spider-Man. So was Daredevil. I'm like, can we come up with better names?
Yeah.
For what these people are, you have literally the gangster mentality. You don't need to call them a menace every single time.
Right.
Yeah.
We could have come up with a better plan.
He's a thug.
He's a thug. He's a menace. He's a horrible person for Harlem. And it's like, but it's like he was like you could have come up with anything better than that. But they didn't. But and other than that, though, like the Diamondback introduction was really cool. Seeing him in the suit, which made him look like Diamondback from the comics, was really good. Made him look more like Copperhead. But I dealt with it.
Right.
Well,
Copperhead from
DC.
DC. But it was really good. I mean, I enjoyed it. They gave him really good villains that weren't trying to match him blow for blow. They intellectually beat them at that. They tried to beat him out. They gave us who? What's her name?
Nurse cameo.
Nah, Nurse Cameo. What?
Nurse Knight.
There's cameo.
Nurse Cameo.
Rosario Dawson.
Rosario Dawson. One of my favorite actresses of all time.
She's really good.
She's great in that Netflix series.
She is. She's great in every series. I'm trying to figure out. Like, I can't wait for her to show up in Iron Fist.
Yeah, exactly.
And we can
Well,
find
I
out how Iron Fist is a menace to society as well.
Yeah.
She
He's a
did
rich
take the-
white man who can punch with metal.
He punches with golden fists. Menace. Everyone's a menace. Like literally, when we have really smart people, that's the only word we can pop. I mean, come on, remember, Superman was a menace to society as well, according to Lex.
Right.
Luthor.
Menace to
But
the
like I
line.
said, like Luke Cage, I give it a solid as a good movie. I give it a good 8 out of 10. I recommend it's a watch. If you want to watch the Defenders, which I'm not going to be, I prefer Heroes for Hire. There's a lot of name drops. There's a lot of continuity that I liked about it. They kept it with the Avengers series.
Right.
Like I said, I would prefer Heroes for Hire that's coming out, but they're doing Defenders.
Right.
And I'm not happy about that. Mark, what do you give it?
I give it an 8.
Chris?
Yeah, about the same score, honestly.
8. Okay.
Yeah.
Kyle?
I give it an 8. I give the soundtrack a 10. The
Yeah.
Soundtrack
is
was
phenomenal.
Hail to the Chief.
Hail
I'm
to the Chief.
That was my favorite song.
The soundtrack is phenomenal.
Soundtrack is great.
Grant, from what we're talking about it, what do you think now, huh?
I would definitely have to check it out.
It was a joke, man. That's why I'm like, you're hearing us talk about it. What do you think of it?
Rhetorical question, Grant.
You
God.
don't get a choice. Watch it.
Nick, what do you think?
I'm gonna have to like fall back from you guys a little bit. I'm giving it a 7, just because to me its pacing was off. Like it was a very very slow show.
But that was my thing. They could have went all explosion-y. They could have went high action, high pace. But then if I wanted to watch a giant strong dude destroy a city, I would just watch Superman: Man of Steel again,
Well, it's like he knows how strong he is. We see what he can do and what
which
he
fluctuates
wants to do
horribly.
all the time. But
Maybe he
like,
has
the thing
control
was,
of it.
Basically, the first 3 quarters of the show is Luke Cage. I ain't seen nothing.
Come on, but Method Man's cameo was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, it was.
There were some good twists in the show.
No, I'm saying that to me that bumps it from a 7. Like the cameos they put in there, like they could have just used the same people on it, but they dropped Method Man and Sway and everybody else, like from MTV and stuff on there. That I loved it. I loved it because of that.
Did anybody else catch on that they actually gave you a good hint of when in the Netflix chronology it's happening? Because like you're assuming like why are they talking about I don't know the Ninja Army in Hell's Kitchen?
Well, that's the thing. That's
They
the thing.
don't because it takes place almost
during
the
it.
second
Yeah,
time
because Claire left and went uptown.
the exact same time. She's like, I had to cut a dude up who's dressed like a ninja.
Which actually, that's my biggest question. Why is she all on Luke Cage's nuts? And he's a vigilante. But Matt Murdock, he's a vigilante too, and she don't want none of that. Does she not like a little vanilla in her coffee? I mean, what's going on?
She likes that dark roast.
No. She just like disabled guys.
Yeah, it's because he's white, isn't it? It's because he's white, and apparently she's Cuban.
Apparently,
Apparently, that was
Apparently.
cool. There was that joke.
she has a white mama.
No, she had like a Hispanic mom.
Oh, yeah, but she was gonna use the conchata on you.
All right, let's go ahead.
My daughter.
Let's go ahead and start hitting up some. We got some like about 8 minutes left in this. I'm gonna hit some DC Rebirth really quick. Kyle, if you could really quick give us the base rundown on Nightwing, because you got like 2 minutes.
All right, so Nightwing starts off. He's over in Europe working for the Parliament of Owls, the European version of Court of Owls.
Okay.
The best line in it is, "Oh, yes, Batman, I'll go fight the Parliament of Owls, and then it'll be the gaggle of geese, the flock of seagulls, the murder of ravens." It's hilarious. In the first panel, he stops an assassin that's wearing the T-Rex suit that's so popular right now.
Oh, jeez.
Inflatable
It
T-Rex.
is
Inflatable
hilarious. So he gets paired up with a guy named Raptor, who you find out later down the line is trying to also take down the Parliament of Owls. And eventually they do. And then the biggest problem I'm having with this is it's so disjointed because Batgirl's in there, Batman's in it.
Okay.
Everyone in Gotham has a storyline, so to really understand all the storylines, you probably have to read all of Gotham to piece together everything. Because you go from one issue where he's hunting down a monster that's terrorizing Gotham, that's heading towards Arkham, and the start of the next issue, he's basically Man-Bat because he's been injected with the monster venom created by Doctor Strange.
Huh. Okay.
So, and then we finally leave off with Raptor's working with Cobra. You find that out. And he's going to take down Raptor, who just drugged him and kidnapped Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
As you do.
Yeah.
Naturally, because he knows he's Batman. And Damian is pissed off and gets on his bat dragon pet, Goliath, that we just learned its name today.
Oh my god.
And Damian is now coming to rescue Nightwing and Batman, apparently. And
Rescued by a kid. Fantastic.
riding a bat dragon,
Riding a bat dragon.
which is awesome.
Couldn't be more fairy tale.
Not at all.
I love me some Goliath right now. That thing is because he fits in right next to the other bat animals.
Do you guys remember the Never-Ending Story where the dude wrote a bat?
Yeah.
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 Jeez.
It's a stupid bat.
All right. So that
Falcor,
covers
no.
about Nightwing Rebirth. We'll get into more details when we can.
All right.
What you got for me there, Mark? For some Flash. Some
Yeah,
Barry Allen.
for some flash.
Damn it, Barry.
Okay, so what goes on, as we already know, the universe is pretty much normal about like what's going on. But Wally West is trying to actually communicate with everybody, and he comes to Barry and he's about to die. Barry recognizes him at the last second, pulls him out of the Speed Force, and brings him back to the world. We already know about this stuff. We also know about the Watchman comedian Pin actually came through from another dimension, and Batman has actually already studied this thing, and he's trying to figure out more stuff. Because, of course, Batman already knows what's going on. Wally had to explain to Barry that, oh, by the way, another you, which is technically you, tried to go back in time to save your mom, but you created such a huge paradox, you made ripples in time, and now everything's kind of merging in on itself. Oh, fantastic.
Why is Batman the DC catch-all to explain everything?
This is pretty much DC convergence. I know what you're explaining.
Yeah.
Who wants to say it? Because I'll do it. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I do.
Because he's Batman.
I'll buy it.
Money, the greatest
Money,
superpower.
greatest superpower. What's
It's
up?
like Flash is trying to create his own Warlords of Draenor expansion, to be perfectly honest.
So Barry realizes that another form of himself that actually did this is at fault, and he actually is starting to blame himself because he had these thoughts. But Wally has explained to him it's not his fault. Something or someone from the Speed Force is also causing these issues. So Wally is now in this world where he's not really supposed to be there because there's another Wally West in this world who is the black version of him, right? So this Wally West isn't supposed to exist. And so he goes, I have to change my outfit, and you don't know me. I'm going to go take care of some stuff. I'll see you later. And goes off. Barry now has to actually figure out some other things because what happens is he actually comes across another speedster who actually was a detective trying to take down a scientist terrorist group called Black Hole. Lightning bolt struck him. He became one with the Speed Force. His name is August Hart. Doesn't have a name yet for a superhero. He just knows that the Flash is helping him, so Flash has an apprentice and partner to fight crime.
Flash got his own Robin.
But August Hart isn't like a pushover. He actually likes to take action against criminals. He actually doesn't. Because Barry says you have to go by the book, be a cop, don't do anything bad. What he does though, he goes, I understand what you're saying, but if I'm going to take down a criminal, I'm going to do it my way. And since I have this gift, I'm taking it.
Oh my God, Barry got his own Damien.
Yeah.
I feel like I feel like Flash is the only other person in DC that gets that many sidekicks as Batman does.
Green Arrow.
Okay.
So
Does he lose them as often?
through all this process, the terrorist group, they're still trying to fight them. They take care of it, but what happens is this terrorist group somehow has the power to control lightning, and they actually lightning bolt a huge portion of Central City, and now they made a crap ton of people speedsters. So now Barry has to track down these speedsters, take out the ones that are criminals, help the ones that are not to control their Speed Force powers. Yeah, there's nothing but speedsters throughout the city now.
We are Robin.
Every single villain that Barry had fought says, "Crap, we have to move. we can't stay in the city anymore.
We are Robin. We are running.
We have a pointless job here now.
We have to
What
go."
city they're going to?
And exactly, where are they going to go? So towards all this, so they have to actually face down this terrorist group that actually causes these speedsters, but they also had to fight another villain that actually kills other speedsters for the hell of it. And he goes by the name of Godspeed. Godspeed is he looks exactly like Flash, except his whole face is covered, and he's got like goggles on, and he's all white with gold. And he actually uses the Speed Force to kill people.
Nice.
He just does it. He just breaks right through. He can actually phase through the walls and grab people's faces and shake them so fast that they actually ignite.
That's
All right.
awesome.
Well, that sounds interesting. That
Sounds-
sounds like a good one. Keep us posted on that
I
because there
will.
are more episodes out.
Of
There's
course.
always
Grant-
that one speedster that does it.
Yep.
Grant, you have one issue for Teen Titans. got about a minute here we can go through. Give us what you got. What's the little sociopath doing with his own team now?
Well, so far for this, it's mostly trying to catch up with all of the other Teen Titans because we see Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, and a younger Flash.
Blue Beetle.
Thank you.
Blue Beetle, yeah.
Blue Beetle, because I forgot the name. And they're just basically going off at what they're going through in their lives right now. Like Beast Boy's in Hollywood, partying it up. Starfire is down in the Jamaica area, helping out. And in all these situations, this one weird person, like he's cloaked, comes up and knocks out all of them.
Huh.
Like they show in each sequence for both Beast Boy, Raven, Starfire, and Bumblebee. And at the end...
Beetle.
Blue Beetle.
Blue Beetle, yeah.
Bumblebee.
Yeah, Bumblebee.
Something different.
Oh, and he doesn't read comics, so give him a break.
I'm trying. So, but
know.
anyway, so at the end of it, they're pretty much locked in this sort of prison that is like you see in The Incredibles for the most part, where they have the giant balls around their arms and legs, and there's one figure that's just standing there looking at him, and it's like, you know why I called you here, right? And sure enough, it's Robin.
God, I love that family.
Oh my god, it's always them.
All right.
I love Damien.
Damien's one of my favorite
That's
characters.
awesome.
All right, so we're going to go do our quick commercial break. We're going to come back, and Nick's going to go ahead and do his character intro. So you guys sit tight. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, Bumblebees and Titans.
Yeah.
Won't be the king, but long live the chief. For a little old thing, little boys bang bang. Long live the chief.
Man Clark with the Comic Clowns. We're recording here at WCGO 1590 AM in Evanston, Illinois. You can check us out on Facebook. We're going to also be on iTunes and the Gab Radio Network. You can check us out live. We're going to be at Collision Con at Bloomingdale, Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend. And we look forward to seeing everybody there.
Welcome back, guys. As you can tell,
I feel like I need a beer.
We'll get some ale later.
can you guys, if you couldn't guess what I think we may or may not be talking about this segment, is this is our classic character introduction segment. And this time we left it up to Nick Miniman Clark to come out and sit here and talk to us and get us introduced to a character. I don't know. I'm like watching this video. I can't tell if it's someone he's striving to be or someone he fantasizes about.
Column A, column B.
Can't be
Yeah.
both.
Gonna be both, yeah. Call me B.
He wants to
gay,
look
it's
like
masturbation.
he wants to look like Conan, so he has something to touch himself like when he looks in the mirror.
Narcissism at its finest.
All right, so go ahead, Nick. You know what? Take it away. Give us the info. I would like to know about this person that was portrayed by Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yes, the legends that continue from that. All right, when we're talking about Conan, we are talking about arguably the big bad granddaddy of what we would now call modern fantasy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I would agree.
The fact that anybody
now?
even uses the term barbarian and has that automatic mindset of what is a barbarian,
Conan.
Conan.
it's because of Conan. When was Conan created? 1932.
Oh, really?
He was created as
Jeez.
basically what we would call the equivalent of a... this is an old thing people don't know about anymore because we don't think this way anymore.
Of course.
But stories used to be mostly printed in serial magazines.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like,
yeah.
we didn't have they didn't do books for like fantasy and sci-fi like we have today.
Yeah.
You would get chapters in magazines. And the creator, which was one Mr. I'm just lost the page now. Robert E. Howard was the author.
Okay.
And it was usually printed off in a magazine from the Weird Tales. So good stuff right there.
Yeah, good stuff there.
All right, so if we want to talk about who is Conan, there's one thing that needs to be established. Conan is meant to exist in the world we live in today.
Really?
He is on our Earth. He is on our Earth in the Forgotten Age. The age after the fall of Atlantis.
Okay.
Poor Atlantis.
Yep, they can never just stay afloat. So this is basically what they call the Hyborian Age. The Hyperion Age is basically when all the old magics and tech of Atlantis are starting to fade away, and humanity is becoming what we would identify.
Okay.
So that's why you have men that can just crush a man with their bare hands.
Right.
Like a strong ape gorilla man.
The mountain.
All right, so when we think about Conan, Conan is what they call a Cimmerian. A Cimmerian is the proto-Celt. So if you want to know what Conan was like, his culture, his methodology, his genes, he's what the Celtics would become.
Okay.
And that's where he was from, because basically it's still old Earth, so like it's all one Pangaea kind of thing.
Yeah.
So for Conan, he's a Cimmerian. At the age of 15, he was already over 6 feet tall and 300 pounds of pure muscle and rage.
My God.
He's an alpha's alpha.
Oh, he was beyond alpha. At 15, he helped lead a charge, destroying one of the outposts of a rival kingdom.
Oh my God.
That is what got him his name. But it's also what got him his reputation and got people coming after him. The Cimmerians were wiped out by the rival kingdom, the Elonians.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm sure if later on we'll discuss it, but it goes full circle with Conan because of this. So when we talk about Conan, we talk about a barbarian. He willingly wears that title, but he does not call himself a barbarian. He is a warrior, first and foremost.
Right.
He's been a pirate. He's been a raider. He's been a thief. He's been a mercenary.
A jack of all trades.
Yep.
Yeah.
But he is also a very strong moral compass. He doesn't kill if he doesn't have to,
Okay.
but he will kill you.
Right.
He will kill you dead.
I hope so.
Yes.
I'll murder you to death.
The trick is, in this universe, this is what we would now label low fantasy. Magic exists in this universe of Conan, but it's not like D&D. Magic has a price. That's why if you ever watch any of the movies, this is a lot of the fans of the old stuff that like read the comics and such hate the movies because they consider it very poor lore. Because you just have like Thonal Doom just casting magic and making snake people.
Right. I got you.
Whereas instead, in this universe, because it's old magic no one understands anymore, it's basically like trying to do chemistry. It's like watching Breaking Bad. You're going to do chemistry now.
Okay.
Oh,
So they have magic, they have abilities, they have power, and they are amazing powers. But there's a price. They usually go crazy, or it destroys them.
Okay.
So people tend to fear people who use magic, but people who use magic can rule an entire realm.
Right. Yeah.
How do you fight a guy who can summon lightning or make you into a slave by looking at you?
Right.
Okay.
So Conan is one of those people who magic users fear because he doesn't care. So when we say
Love it.
barbarian, everyone automatically thinks berserker, right?
Right.
No, we are talking about a man from the age of 15 could slay entire battalions of opposing opponents.
Right.
Not just because he's strong, because that's beyond dispute. Like there's only like 5 people in the entire history of Conan's life that have been able to physically outperform him.
Okay.
And he can still get defeated based on numbers.
Okay.
Like, he can
Is
take
it-
down 100 guys, but 600 guys, he's not coming back up.
Yeah, I
He's-
gotcha,
he's been
yeah.
captured.
Does anyone else hear this and think Guts from Berserk?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Guts, I'm pretty sure they have a strong resemblance to each other. I would fear Guts fighting Conan.
Right.
I think Conan might actually win.
Death battle. Come
okay.
on.
Death
Come on,
battle.
guys.
Because there's other lore. Because, for example, Cimmerians, there's a reason why they were feared. They used what we would now call steel.
Right. That's right.
So their weaponry could take punishment, take a hit.
They were really big about steel weaponry.
That's why when
Yeah.
Conan found his father's sword again, that's when everyone's like, "Oh,
Uh-oh.
sup, bro?
What's up? Yeah.
We're good.
I'm
Remember
sorry.
they tried to murder you.
So you heard that talking I said earlier? Yeah, it was all joking.
I was all joking about it.
He can block magic. That's how like the difference with steel and iron.
I was
or
just
copper.
trying to
Right.
get you there.
I
Right?
understand.
Right? I was just trying to get you there.
We're good, man. We're good.
We're good, right?
All right. So people want to talk about barbarians. They automatically think like raping and pillaging kind of guys. Well, Conan, he's a thinker. He's an excellent strategist. He doesn't go into battle blindly.
Yeah,
I'm
he's not portrayed as a stereotypical brute, right?
No, he's not Ragnar the Red.
Okay. Yeah.
He's Conan. He will wear armor, even though like whenever you see a Conan painting, it's loincloth, fur boots, and a tiara.
Right. Yeah.
No,
Who needs armor when
Who
you have
needs armor?
abs of steel?
in the original lore, Conan was smart enough to know it's better not to be noticed until you need to be noticed.
Okay.
He will wear the garb of what's around, and he will wear the classical armor of what realm he's in.
So yeah.
So if he's a pirate, he's not
Smart.
wearing armor because you're on a boat,
Right.
and metal makes you sink.
Right. Okay.
So he was actually considered
Makes
a pirate.
sense.
He would be considered a pirate lord by any standard, except he chose not to overtake his captain.
Okay.
In fact, his captain became his first actual serious lover because he respected her that much.
Okay.
A pirate,
all right.
There
a
you go.
pirate queen makes Conan go, yeah, I'm okay with this.
All right. All right. Yeah. Yeah.
But
you should dump
again-
this up
Magical lady bits.
Magical bits.
Conan, also, again, we're talking about Conan as a warrior and has his own moral compass. He doesn't rape anybody.
Right. Yeah,
Even
that's
though they
right.
constantly portray him being very aggressive sexually, he's
But-
not. He, at worst, he'll just like slap your ass and say,
It was
"Shut up."
consent.
The worst he's ever done is a woman he thought he was helping betrayed him. So he literally threw her into a sewer.
Excellent.
I want you to consider
okay.
what that means.
A sewer. Yeah.
A
that's
sewer in the old era.
in the old eras. Yeah.
Oh.
It's not. It's
He
not
didn't kill
awesome.
her, didn't beat her. He only goes overboard if he has to.
He just
Right.
poisoned her.
Right, just threw her face
plague.
first and do 100 pounds of human feces.
Right. Exactly.
Why? Because you were a little shit. How dare you?
Right.
So we're talking about Conan. Now, the problem we come back to with Conan is everybody talks about the movies. That's anybody in our age range
Arnold
thinks Conan,
Schwarzenegger.
you think Schwarzenegger.
Jason Momoa.
Schwarzenegger. Yeah.
Or the Momoa, which some people actually liked better, even though the movie didn't do that well in the box office.
Personally, I did.
Yeah, because it was closer to what Conan behaved like. Instead
Yes.
of Schwarzenegger having a laughing fit when he eats a vulture. Or the whole fact that in his training, instead of being an actual trained warrior from birth, he was kidnapped and made to push a wheel to
Maybe push a wheel. Yeah. Yeah. I saw that.
He was really good at wheel pushing.
Yeah, I was gonna
that
say,
was
it's
his
like,
wheelhouse.
Oh,
you
is that
could
how he
say.
got all his
Oh.
muscle? He just kind of like pushed that thing for the rest of his life.
Yeah, then just give him a sword. You can just murder everybody because
Right.
all that wheel training.
Somehow taught you how to actually swing and
Yeah.
stab
So
people.
again, Conan versus the books versus the movies. And then again, here's the problem: the creator of the Conan serial, it was popular. It was incredibly popular. Unfortunately, he was a sick man and he committed suicide in
Oh.
36.
Oh, that sucks.
For a lot of fans, though, they're fortunate because he was a very meticulous writer, and because this is the old era where they would do serials,
Right.
he has 30 books worth of material he pre-writ.
Oh,
Damn.
wow.
Not all finished.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Similarion.
Right. Okay.
It wasn't finished. He didn't have them all fleshed out, but he has all this raw data. So, because that way they worked, Conan was his creation, but it belonged to the company.
Okay.
Kind of like how Japanese creations work for the people.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, have a blueprint. Here's how to do it.
It's like, what would Conan do? Here are some examples.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
So that's why we still had Conan stories being written all the way up to the 60s.
So when it comes to, I mean, we already know he's super strong. He's got intelligence. He's not
Yes.
he's not stupid. Would you say that for that timeline he was a very advanced man? Like he thought more than most people? Or is
Yes. This doesn't get shown off in the books, or no, I'm sorry, the newer books, like
Okay.
the 60s or 70s, or the movies. But Conan was incredibly a witty guy. He was basically the leading character. Like, if you ever think of what's a leading man,
right.
it was Conan. He
Okay.
could be smart. He could be witty. He knew when to. He had a strong compass. Like, he would save his friends, even though he was doing missions just for money.
Right. Okay.
He's like, here's a pot of $1 billion. Save a chick who might have tried to stab you 5 minutes ago. He's like,
okay.
I gotta say.
So
the
it's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
All
like
right.
decisions.
and if he's your friend, he will wipe out a continent for
Yeah.
you.
And what was and you said it was his father's sword?
Yes, and the allure itself, his father was a strong leader of his tribe,
Okay.
or I should say city, because the Sumerians, everyone's like, he's a barbarian. The Sumerians were actually a threat to the rest of the world because they were an organized, they were the Spartans of their time.
Right. Right.
Like, they weren't just a bunch of crazy, half-naked dudes with swords. They had advanced technology. They had advanced, they were actually, if you pay attention to lore, they talk about it, they were the actual descendants of the Atlanteans.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So that's why Conan is just like this ungodly character.
That's why
he
it
has
is,
the old blood.
I see. I see.
And
That
here's some
makes
fun
sense.
fact. Everybody may or may not know about this, but I'm sure some people may know the name H.P. Lovecraft.
Yes.
Okay.
The Lovecraftian mythos.
Yes.
Turns out Howard and H.P. Lovecraft were actually good friends in real life. And they collaborated
Oh.
and created this Hyperion Age together. Because H.P. Lovecraft wrote books called the Hyperion Age. So,
Jeez.
so that's why there's monsters and such. They're coming from H.P. Lovecraft. H.P. Lovecraft has a strong influence on the Conan
That is
universe.
that's
Which
awesome.
is why
yeah.
magic has a price.
Right.
Because
Right.
to him, he felt if anybody had something that's not natural, it would affect
It
you.
would affect you. Yeah. Okay. That makes
So
sense.
everyone's like, well, why is H.P. Lovecraft mentioned? Because H.P. Lovecraft's awesome. Cthulhu.
Cthulhu.
Like, that would be the greatest thing ever. What if Conan had to meet Cthulhu?
Oh, jeez.
Would Conan just lose his mind and be like, all right,
Just throw that
so
stuff.
Could Conan take on Hercules?
Theoretically, no.
no, yeah.
Because Conan is just a man.
I gotcha.
He can still be defeated. He's been knocked out. The funniest thing you'll ever read is the fact that he knocked himself out in the middle of a fight because he decided to get super drunk before starting a bar brawl and ran into a wall.
That's awesome.
I'm sensing that this is coming close to home.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So Conan
Except
is...
it was a toolbox.
We don't need to talk about that again.
Conan is a powerful warrior. He's a powerful human. Arguably, because they never give you his adult size, you can extrapolate. If at 15 years old, he's already 6 foot and 300 pounds of pure muscle.
But you continue to grow as a male till you're
so
25.
he's got to be easily 6'5", maybe more.
Yeah.
And again, there's only been 5 characters in all of his stories that have been physically stronger than him.
Right. Yeah. So he had to been.
He was a man mountain. He was the man. He was the mountain that rides.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna say like he had to have been like a really, really strong big dude.
Like, and here's the thing: everyone could argue if you start naming his feats, you can start saying, "Oh, Conan the Barbarian, Conan the Conqueror, Conan the King."
Yeah.
Is a Mary Sue. The trick is Mary Sues don't get beaten up by city guards.
Gotcha.
Mary Sues don't get betrayed by a chick and nearly killed 4 times.
Right.
Conan he has blind spots. He trusts his friends, and if you betray him, he doesn't see it coming.
Right. So he's very human.
He's very human. Mm-hmm. God help you if you don't kill him. Because like everyone has watched the movie, they see the scene where he's been crucified to the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the story, he's been truly crucified. Conan's been so pissed, he rips the nails out of his arms.
Oh.
Chases down the guys that killed him.
Oh.
Kills them. Gets on their horse and rides to town.
Nice.
Jesus.
Blind loyalty and unknown rage. Chris,
What?
is this your story?
Yeah, it might be.
Jeez.
How'd you find my history like that?
Oh my God.
How old are you?
You don't need to know those questions.
Is that why
Bonus
you shaved your
questions.
head?
No answers. No answers.
No story time this time?
Not right now.
No story time.
All right, so questions time. Anything about Conan that you've worried about?
Oh man.
So, what kind of gods does he worship? Because this is like a mythos, and people do believe in gods or different deities.
Okay, there is the proto version of what we now call Conan. Was originally Krull. I'm sure you might have heard the name Krull.
Yeah, Krull.
Krull is sworn to Ket or Set,
Yeah.
like the Egyptian gods.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as far as I can tell in any of the stories, Conan does not believe in the gods. Because to him, magic is a travesty.
Right.
and
Yeah, that's right.
what can stop him?
Yeah. I remember that he was like really not much of the.
He doesn't believe in religion.
He's not a religious guy.
He doesn't believe in cults. Cults automatically make him go, I need to stab.
I need to. Yeah, I gotta kill these guys or something. Yeah.
Because they try to kill him a lot, too.
Oh yeah. Basically, Conan. I think it was because like since his whole people were slaughtered, he just kind of went like, if the gods couldn't save my people, what makes
Yeah. And the fact that as far as Conan's concerned, every time he fights a challenge that's supposed to be impossible, and I do say impossible,
impossible.
he doesn't just succeed it, he mounts it.
Hey, man!
Because the final stories that everybody really knows about would be the title Conan the King,
Right.
Yeah.
where Conan literally goes to the strongest city in the realm, which is Aqualia, and chokes the king on the throne.
Oh, jeez.
So that means he went through the city, fought his way through the guards, got to the king, and choked him like a bitch.
I'm sure those were not even close to a challenge for him.
And here's the best
God.
part. The people followed him afterwards.
Right,
Naturally.
Because it's like, oh, it's Conan in charge? Yeah. I think we're good.
They were good.
Now that sounds like Riddick. You keep what you kill.
Yeah, you keep what
Yeah.
you kill. Yeah.
So would Kratos be the closest thing to a game character for Conan? Because I mean,
well,
this sounds like it'd be great for a video game.
Now that's
They-
a fight.
You
That's a
haven't
fight,
seen
yeah.
much
They
Conan.
do have Conan video games, and they did release one just after God of War came out. The problem was they didn't advertise it for shit.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
But I
they made
did play
Age
the
of
demo.
Conan, but
Which, actually, if you play it, you're not playing as Conan. You're playing as a dude in the universe of Conan. You know how brutal that could be for anybody not Conan.
yeah.
I gotcha. Yeah.
Because this is a character who's been around for so long. He has had several video games from all eras. Mm-hmm. We're talking Atari, little 8 pixels.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
Conan. Aren't you so
Conan.
heroic
Naturally.
with your yellow dot on your head?
So to the father of fantasy, we thank
Yeah.
you.
He's not the original. There's always been other stuff like
Right.
this. He's what made it work. Because the best part was, and I forgot to bring this up in the beginning, when the stories were written, they were not written as here is the epic story, like a classical fantasy story.
Yeah.
They were written in a biographical manner. Why? Because the way Howard wrote it was, This is not a story of Conan. This is a story of Conan showing up in my dreams and yelling at me to tell his story.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
The story of Conan begins, I was dreaming one day, and then a large brown-skinned man with a square-cut mane began to scream at me. Speak my tale, soothsayer, the people will know.
Yeah.
And thus a protagonist was born.
Don't do it, Kyle.
But I wanna.
Don't do it, Kyle.
I'm making it happen.
Damn it, Kyle.
This will be a hashtag.
Don't be doing it, Kyle.
I'll be good this
Don't
time.
do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
We had enough of that kind of stuff on our video.
I'll
It was
save
only about cheesecake, and it became a race war.
Became a lot of things.
Yeah.
So the story of Conan. Basically, if you enjoy D&D, everything you've enjoyed about D&D, Conan.
Conan.
You enjoy Game of Thrones, you enjoy the ultra-violence, Conan. You enjoy the idea of magic and mayhem, you enjoy Pathfinder, Conan.
Conan.
LARPing,
Conan.
Hey, Chris.
So,
Here's a question for you. Like hearing like the term that he is still Conan the Barbarian, people still call him that, and like we always look at you and go, "You're going to be a barbarian." Now, if you decide to make a barbarian, now does this change your outlook on how you'll portray the character? Knowing that you can be that tactical genius, you're not limited to Kyle's pack mule.
I was like, you!
Shut up! Quit ruining my plans.
No, honestly, does it though? Does it like change it up a little bit?
it honestly really does change up my perspective of a barbarian because, you know, how I was always taught, like, hey, you need to do this. Be our tank. All right, I got this. Stay there and just take the damage. Got it.
What
Knowing
about-
what the original barbarian was like really does change my perspective and gives me a new outlook on how I can play a barbarian
I was
now.
going to say Diablo did the same thing.
Yes,
Diablo
it
3,
did.
when they introduced like a new segment, they also brought out a whole bunch of barbarian books that gave you a better look at their culture.
Yeah, barbarians aren't necessarily stupid.
You know, you're really painting me to be a bad guy here because you're always my tank. So, I mean, not the
Cal,
case.
Cal, you are my brother. I love you. I will always protect you, but
Do you pay him in tacos?
it was actually
Peeps?
cigarettes and beer once.
Cigarettes and beer.
All right, guys, we are out of time. We're going to go ahead and close out here. Thank you, Nick, once again for the Conan the Barbarian explanation.
Yes.
Kyle, next month, it's on you. Pick your character. Don't tell anyone. Surprise us when we get here.
Alrighty.
They'll let
We
us
will
know
put it
later.
out, and it'll be interesting what we can do here. Once again, my name is Bruce War Chief Hoover.
Mark the Dwarf Kokiachuk.
Chris, the Enforcer Vasquez.
Kyle Darth Cooch Kokenbecker.
Grant Gracchus 4047 Kohler.
And Nick, the Minuteman Clark, I'm going to get hit with a microphone.
All right, guys. You guys have a good one, and we will see you next week.